the chemistry between our two main characters, More and Alalo, husband and wife. I really appreciated the chemistry between the two of them. It felt like, oh, okay,
They
could
know
see
each
it.
other.
Yeah, they know each other. I'm like, I don't know if they've worked together before or what the case may be.
I
but
don't know. Y'all gonna have to let us know.
Yeah, let us know what's
Cause
what. I like this. I was like, is this improv? I like this.
I don't think it was improv. I was online and I saw a bunch of like my Niger peeps posting or reposting about this new movie. And I thought I'd pull us into some more Nollywood, Tiera. And I said, oh, here's some people we previously enjoyed in other works that we reviewed. So yeah, this is the shoe and this is easy. And then there was so much conversation around I saw where Timini, who's in this film, was posting some of the promotional photos. And it was photos that him and Bimbo Ademoye did a photo shoot together, for the movie. But they were just posting them as though like, okay, y'all, the secret's out. We need it, this kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it turned out to just be promotion for the movie or whatever. But it was clever. And so I was like, okay, I'll check this out. And then adding to that, Shaffy Bello, who is like Nollywood royalty at this point. She's been around for so long. I said, okay, check. I can do this. Okay? So I did it.
We did it. You and I.
So, y'all, we are about to review what's the name of this movie? Love what? It's
Baby,
not Love Anything.
It is called The Last Straw.
The Last Straw. The Last Straw.
Last.
The last straw.
Yeah.
I will throw up a quick quick scene for you all to kind of get us some reference for this movie. And then we will be right back with our discussion.
Have I told you I love you? Have I told you that you mean the world?
Mommy. Daughter. Chief, you remember my daughter, Moreni Keji?
Of course.
Chief Danny, it's really lovely to meet you. This is my errand boy. He runs errands for the agency. He probably brought her lunch or something. Maybe in the conference room.
Yes, ma'am.
Now.
Yes.
Okay, so once again, this movie stars Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson and Shaffy Bello. And in this film, Bimbo and Timini are a married couple. They are married in this, right?
They're newlyweds and they are in love, honey. They are like, ooh, hands and touchy and feely and lovey and dovey. They are in it. Yes.
When it's fresh.
Yeah.
So going into this, my expectations were high, really, really high, based on what we previously seen. We know that we watched Bimbo and her performance in Anikulapo, which was great.
Yeah.
And then we watched Timini recently with his performance in A Tribe Called Judah.
That's right.
I don't think we've watched anything with Shaffy Bello. I've seen stuff with her, but I don't think we have reviewed anything with her in it till now.
She wasn't familiar to me, but the other two, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to show you because she's been around for so long. Shaffy Bello also used to sing. I don't know if she still performs or not, right? But there's this every time I see her, I think of this song. So recently, what's her name? Tim's came out with a song, "Love Me JJ" recently. She had to put out a single,
Yep.
And that song is actually the same title as a previous song that Shaffy was on. So I don't know if it was in homage to that or if they sampled it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But every time I see her, I'm not going to sing it because we might get flagged.
No. We don't want that. We don't need those problems.
We can't afford it. But I will send it to you.
Okay.
And the music video is so early 90s. Ooh.
Okay. So wait, when you say she sing, like, do you mean like she had a singing career or she sings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So early on in her career, she was like, doing music. I don't know if she still does it heavily. Now I've only seen her mostly in film.
Gotcha.
But I'll send you, and you're gonna be like, yo, these graphics. Please
send it to me because I'm always here for 90s.
Yeah. But the song is a whole vibe. It's like a classic. But anyway, see, we're getting off track.
All right.
So we have a newlywed couple, and then we have, and you may agree with me on this, we have what seems to be a constant, as you would put it, trope in the Nollywood storytelling, and that is a overbearing mother or an in-law.
Yes, every time. Never fails. It's here. Mm-hmm.
And Shaffy plays the role a little bit too well.
Yeah, she does. I'm like, wow, this is
because I found myself, I was like, ooh, I don't like her, yo. Ooh,
I found myself getting anxiety every time I knew her character was going to enter the scene because I was like, yo, she's so mean and she's so hateful. And like my stomach would turn a little bit.
I was like,
my
yo.
arms would raise.
So, and I guess that's a good thing because that's what she's supposed to be doing is being a villain, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, this is a little good.
Yeah. I mean, last week you and I talked about Disney villains. We talked about Scar and we talked about Jafar. Mm-hmm. She right up there. with the OG.
Just mean. Just mean, overbearing, zero boundaries. I was like, yo.
No filter.
So I guess that's a compliment.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like it, but I guess that's a compliment. We didn't like you.
No.
We didn't like this character. Let me put it that way. So in this, we have Bimbo. What's her character's name again? Was it more? Spell it for me.
Morenica?
What was the damn
Morenike. I made it American. Morenica.
Morenike. And she is a corporate baddie. That's how you put it.
Is that what we're going with? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And almost to the point that she's too bad.
Yeah, because a lot of them scenes, I said, "Oh, honey, this is for the workplace." Okay.
Yo, she was doing it up. My issue was, as I'm watching it, I'm like 20, 30 minutes in, and I'll be honest, there was a scene where she was talking about work, talking about a client, talking about banking, and I had no idea what she did for work.
Now, I will say, it kind of reminded me of, so a few weeks back, we reviewed Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. And you and I had a similar discussion about, get up, TeaRon.
I'm here.
You and I had a similar discussion about Megan Good's character, her role, like what her job was, because they kept saying she works at the bank, but we were like, is she a teller? Is she like a loan officer? Like, what does she do at the bank? Because we never seen her working. We just seen her going to the bank in her baddie clothes. Similar here, I would say that with this character, Moray. But I will say, I felt like Moray was doing a lot of work. A lot of work was happening. We don't know what she was doing,
but she was doing
work
it.
Was happening. Yes, she was doing it. And she had that MacBook. Okay, every time.
What?
Every time they said work, honey had that MacBook.
It's not. You're not doing work if you don't have a MacBook. It's impossible. It's funny too. Like when people, you could tell people when they get their first like MacBook or their first serious, computer system, because they'll find all of a sudden you have to go to the cafe.
Yes.
Suddenly you have you got a taste for latte. All of it. You just want people
all
to
of a sudden
see.
You got to lay up in the bed with your laptop. You got to do some work in the middle of the night.
Yeah. It was like, okay, it was like one time, see, look at us going on a tangent. One time it was some years ago when I got my first foldable phone, right?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Oh, I was in so many places unfolding my phone. What?
Come on.
You gonna see this phone unfold in your face. I promise you. So, and I think some of those places I didn't even have to be. You know what I mean?
You just were.
Oh yeah, just what? Like hell yeah.
Oh my God.
And this was her energy throughout the film. And I found myself later in the film really rooting, and you don't see this a lot of time in these kind of like romance, marriage drama based, stories. Mm-hmm. But I found myself really rooting for her husband.
Me too. The whole time.
What's his name? Lalo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, please
leave her. Choose yourself, King.
Choose yourself. But what I was really saying was, if you don't put your nuts on the table and let them know what time it is, because it was crazy. Yeah. But the same for him, as far as work goes, very vague.
No.
What?
They were very specific.
With his work?
Yes.
Or lack thereof?
Okay. But they were talking about the app that he and his counterpart were creating, this app for the agriculture businesses. And it's for, big farms, small farms. And it's to help them know, like, when you're supposed to water the plants, what the plants need.
I must have zoned out.
Yeah, you zoned out. They were actually really, really, really specific on that. So specific that I was like, does this app exist? Because that sounds amazing.
Well, Yeah, wait, no, it's coming back to me. It's when he was meeting with his other colleagues, I guess, and they were at like some lunch place or something, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They were trying to get funding for the app.
I get you. And so there's this conflict that arises in this marriage, and that is the balancing act. Was Moray? What they call her? Mm-hmm. She just could not find a work-life balance whatsoever. And the only thing that made it worse was that she worked under her mother. Mm-hmm. And her mother took the work very seriously. Mm-hmm.
Her mother was egregious, manipulative. Yeah, she was over the top. Yeah. She was definitely over the top boss.
And that's saying it lightly.
Yeah.
But that made her work that much harder. And I guess it's a way of showing that her working as hard as she does is really just to please her mother in a way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she may as well had not gotten married.
Yeah, because you mentioned that it was a balancing act, and I didn't see her try to balance anything. It was like the mama will call and say, we got to do X, Y, and Z, and she was running to, do what her mama said. I didn't see balance. I see lots of apologies, lots of, I'm sorry to the husband, but it really wasn't. I didn't see the effort.
I never wanted a man to leave a woman so bad.
Me neither. I said, if you don't leave her.
There's a particular scene that stands out to me. Mm-hmm. And that is the scene, and I think you know where I'm going. That is the scene where they are meant to finally be intimate. Okay.
After 2 months, 32 days, and 6 hours or something like that, he said.
He was keeping time.
He was.
He's a very patient man.
He is, yeah.
So Lalo, hopefully I'm saying that right, he put a lot of effort into making this moment special, okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He did the whole rose petals lead into the bedroom. He had his shirt off.
Not this laugh.
What I can appreciate is them, Timini, this is to you directly. I appreciate you representing my own body type.
Okay.
You don't often see young men with their little bellies out on the thing.
It's true.
So
okay.
I felt seen.
Representation. Okay.
Yeah,
Body positivity.
I felt seen.
Love that.
And it's a lot of women that's married to guys with that shape, and they love it. They just rub on your little belly.
It's true.
They say, "Hey, you hungry?" You know, stuff like that. But anyways, I'm getting off track. I just want to say I felt seen.
Oh, I love that. Representation. We love that.
But they are meant to be intimate in this scene. Mm-hmm. And what we get is, why did she? So I understand. First of all, I was thinking when I first was watching it, and she came in the room, and they were kissing, and she was. At first, I was in my mind. I really was saying, if this is real life, okay, you just came in from work. You're gonna need to freshen up.
Shower,
right?
That's true.
So there's a moment in there, and so when she was like, "I'll be right back," I was like, "Oh, thank God," because
she about to do it. Yeah,
she got,
a little fresh.
Because some movies you come in from work and it's
get straight to it,
and that's y'all.
Yeah,
you can't y'all. You don't want to come in straight from work, tart in between, and think you finna. So I was like, cool. But the problem was she took way too long. And when she came out that bathroom and she had that, what was like a nurse's outfit or something on, to be sexy, I was just mad.
Did you like that?
No. I was just mad. And I want to know what you thought. I was just mad at the fact that she took a long time, which was shown that he was getting frustrated. Like, okay, it's taking so long. Because, you went in the bathroom and you came back out with a whole new lace wig on that was properly laid on the hairline and everything, Like, you were in there putting in effort. Let me tell you something. Men don't care. When he wanted her when she took her wig off and she was sitting at the mirror with her straight backs. He wanted her then. He didn't. What? So what made? Why, Tiera? Why she put that much effort into ruining the moment?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Mm-hmm. It almost felt like she was stalling. I was like, did her mama tell her I might be stopping by? And so she was stalling because she knew her mama was gonna be banging on that door at any moment. Because I'm with you. Yes, you need to go and freshen up. But also, there's a sense of urgency here.
Hello.
And he was very clear about the urgency of the matter.
Hello.
And if you are putting in the effort, then you also need to be urgent about the matter. So I kind of read that as like, maybe she's stalling.
I didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. I didn't think about it. I thought she was just really thought she was doing something. But yeah, that makes sense now. Like she was like, yo, I'm going to entertain you to a point, but I know what's about. That makes me hate her even more.
Yeah, I was like, she's not putting in the effort here. I want him to choose himself. I don't like it.
Well,
I don't like it.
So they didn't get intimate. Unfortunately, I guess it's YouTube, right? So, there's that fact. But, her mom ends up coming over. They do work, fall asleep. And according to the time on screen, she left that man in that room alone for 5 hours plus. And he ain't supposed to catch no feeling. He ain't supposed to feel no kind of way. He was, even then though, he was very patient and understanding even then. Because she would, if it was me and I had my homeboy's house I could go to, when she came out of that room, you wouldn't have found me. I'm sorry. I'm out. I'm out. Yo. So fast forward, we finally get to a point where there is some much needed confrontation.
Yeah.
The mother, Regina, let's call her, she's just doing too much. And there's a scene that happens where we don't see it, we just hear about it, where say it again. Moray. She leaves out of the house to go to work, and she ends up in a accident. What kind of accident, Tiara?
They said it was a head-on collision. Which is not funny.
It's not funny.
But in the context, it is funny. Because why? Why couldn't it just be a slip and fall at the grocery store? Why did it have to be a head-on collision? That's so strange.
The worst kind of accident possible,
Literally
right?
that. The worst.
The only thing worse is that they would have said, well, she was in a plane accident, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
her plane went down on the way to work.
It's not funny.
It's not.
So let's talk about the injury sustained.
Yeah.
What happened to her, Tiara?
I believe she had a messed up ankle.
Was
it an ankle? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was something. It was the lower leg,
lower extremities.
And honestly, when you have a head-on collision accident, if you just hurt your ankle a little bit, then you walked away. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
So that was a good thing, but they took this ankle thing to the extreme.
Yeah.
And they made it seem like she was wheelchair bound and incapacitated and couldn't do anything for herself, that he practically had to wipe her as a result. You know?
Catheterizer. Woo!
But nobody took it more to the extreme. And you got to let me know what you thought about this scene. Nobody took it more to the extreme than Regina, her mom. Her mom comes over unannounced again, and she finds her daughter destitute.
Down and out.
Damsel in distress. What was she? Was she on the floor or something?
Yeah, she was trying to reach for her crutches because her husband had gone to the store, like per usual, waiting on her hand and foot. He needed to go to the store. I guess they couldn't DoorDash it. I'm not sure. Whatever the Nigerian version of that is, I don't know why they didn't do that. But husband had to leave, go to the grocery store, right quick, put the crutches on the chair, and she couldn't reach them. Now, I'm not sure why she couldn't reach them. She could have just lean in a little bit, and she could have grabbed them, but whatever. She, I guess the leaning and rocking didn't work. She fell on the floor. And just at that exact moment, her mama, the villain of this whole thing, walks in and finds her daughter on the floor, and mayhem ensues.
My thought in this whole thing is, because she ends up, when he comes back in, the mother ends up confronting him about leaving her alone, as if she's bound to the bed, right? And my whole thought is, if you couldn't lean over and grab those crutches, that had nothing to do with your accident.
Correct.
If you were that immobile that you couldn't just, you know how sometimes you got to grunt to get over?
Yeah, you do. You got to do a little grunt, a little extra wind.
It was crazy. So the mother ends up confronting him, and this is when he had enough, and he finally grew a pair and let her know, like, now I've been letting you get some off for a while now. But since you're trying me and you want this action, I'm finna give it to you.
If I keep on keeping quiet, you're going to start to make me think that I am a fool. I'm tired of this bullshit that you keep on giving me. What is it? What is it? All right? Yes, I may not be the man that you want your daughter to have, but I'm the person that is here now, and you're gonna get used to it. Okay?
My issue the whole time. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, this was in fact the last straw. Now, there were several instances before this that I kept saying, oh, this got to be the last straw. The bedroom scene you mentioned, I thought, this got to be the last straw. When the wife didn't do the patent as he requested for the app that he was working on, this is the last straw. This is it right here. Nope. We waited all the way until this. This was
the last straw. All the straws were last. All of them. Golly. As far as my rating goes for this film, which I am going to give.
Let's go.
Nothing too memorable. Nothing too noteworthy. Nothing that stayed with me other than that bedroom scene that made me feel seen and made me upset. But as far as any like quotables or any like significant moments, this film lacks that. It's not, it doesn't resonate very well. It's also, perhaps this is also a reason, is that it's not necessarily meant for us as an audience, right? Mm-hmm. And that could play into some of the feelings that I have about it. That could be a factor. But all in all, I didn't hate it. I just did not enjoy it. My biggest issue with this film was the audio. Everything to do with the audio. The sound was horrible throughout the film. Lots of highs, lots of lows. When Bimbo is in a scene with Shaffy and she's yelling at the top of her lungs because she's emotional, they're clipping the mic. The audio sounds distorted. You hear a lot of room sounds. And then at the beginning of the movie, in particular, there's a dinner scene with the married couple and the mother-in-law and the utensils. I ain't never heard plates and forks clink so loud on a movie in my life. It was as if somebody was dinging in my ear with a knife and fork. It drove me up a wall. If this movie had better audio quality throughout, then I would enjoy it slightly more. Slightly. Okay. But overall story, audio quality, I think this is honestly the first review I'm even commenting on audio quality, honestly. But it's just so bad. Everything that I said, all in all, I am going to have to give this
the long pause. It's the long pause for me.
Okay. Not too much. I'm going to give it a Latif. It's not going to go beyond that. There were some cute moments that I enjoyed. There were some things that they did in the film that I appreciated, but it's not going to be something I could ever quote to you again or have a desire to rewatch or anything. That's where I'm at with it. What about you, Tiera?
Fair enough. Well, as for me, I like to start with a positive, so let's do that.
Yeah, yes.
There were some things I did enjoy about this movie, starting with the chemistry between our two main characters, More and Lalo, husband and wife. I really appreciated the chemistry between the two of them. It felt like, oh, okay, I
they
could
know
see
each
it.
other.
Yeah, they know each other. I'm like, I don't know if they've worked together before or what the case may be.
I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let us know.
Yeah, let us know what's what. I like this. I was like, is this improv? I like this.
I don't think it was improv.
They put them together very well.
Them kisses.
The kisses, which we did hear a lot of, to
the
your
audio
point.
Picked the hell up out them kisses.
We could hear the smacking of the kisses, but I was like, okay, there's passion there.
But the way the kisses was smacking is what
it was smacking them. It was like slurping and smacking. Like, I said positive. Back. Come on, bring it back. Positive.
Go ahead.
So I enjoyed the chemistry between our husband and wife. The acting was fine. I didn't have any issues with the acting, no glaring craziness or overacting or overdoing. I felt like everyone did a great job in their role and was cast in the role that they should have been cast in. So I appreciated that. I liked In the background, I don't know if you noticed this, and I don't even know if they meant to do this, but I noticed it. In one of the scenes where Morey and Lalo are in the room and they're like hanging out. This might have been like after she got injured, and they're hanging out and they're laughing. They're being cutesy again with the chemistry. And on the screen, on their TV in the background, they're watching the movie Postcards on Netflix. I don't know if you caught that. And I was waiting to see if you would mention that.
Yo, no. You talking about the postcards that we watched, right?
Yeah, that postcard.
I saw that, but then there was another scene where they also had Vikings Valhalla on the screen. It was very plain as day. I was like, they're obviously on the Netflix app.
Obviously on the Netflix app. And I just thought that was so cute. And I was like, and we loved Postcards. Like, we really liked Postcards. So I was like, I like that. I like that y'all are watching Postcards. Also, in addition to the backgrounds and things I was paying attention to, I also noticed the product placement. So every time our main character, Morey, was in the mirror, doing her hair, changing her wigs, putting her lotion on, we had the Brown Girl Magic products, skin product placement right there front and center. And you know what? It worked because it made me go right over to their website, see what kind of products they have, and see if they ship internationally because I'm curious. So yeah. I appreciated that product placement. I thought that was beautiful. Also liked her wardrobe. I really, really enjoyed her wardrobe. I think
they didn't play.
Fitted her and dressed her beautifully. Like you said, she's a corporate baddie, and that was nice to see. As far as the film itself, I'm gonna have to echo you, T. That sound was driving me nuts. Now, I'm not a sound engineer, but I know enough to know I shouldn't be hearing the clinking and clanking of y'all's forks and spoons. I should not hear that. I should not hear the slurping and smacking of every time y'all kiss one another. I should not hear that. So that did bother me, and it was a little bit distracting.
Yeah.
As far as the movie overall, I was slightly entertained. I did have fun watching it. I don't think that it's something I'll go back and revisit because, like you said, there's nothing really bringing me back to it.
Exactly.
There was nothing really too different about the storyline, I think, to really pull me in to make me want to watch it again. So I struggle with that. Oh, and one more thing. I have to mention this. I did appreciate there was no mentioning of the womb at all anywhere.
There was one moment where Regina says when they're arguing, she says to Lalo, she was like, I can't leave you alone. I'm so glad you all don't have children. There's something to that effect. And I was like, please don't start. Oh my God.
Don't say womb.
Oh my God.
She did not say womb. So I
thank God.
can appreciate that. But overall, it was cool. It was fine. I had a good time. It is what it is. I'm going to have to give this a Latif as well. Latif for me.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think that's just. But here we go now. So if you have watched this far and you watched this film, please let us know what you thought of it. Are we being a little too critical? A little too harsh? And then what do you think about the overall story with this newlywed couple and their evil mother? Let us know what you thought about that and what you just took away from the film, because maybe we just need to take away some of our Americanness and see if we can really get into this. It's hard to do, I will say, though, because what I'm not gonna accept is piss poor audio quality. That's just I just can't get over that. I just can't get over that. But let us know what you thought. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified of all the things that we are doing over here on the Ubiquitous Blacks platform. You can also support the channel. You can leave us super thanks. If you're listening to this as an audio medium, you can send us a donation there. All the proceeds will go to helping us make this channel bigger and better, and it's all appreciated. You can always find me on Instagram at TeaRon World, on TikTok at TeaRon with 2 underscores on the end. And you can find Ubiquitous Blacks all over the social medias at Ubiquitous Blacks. And if you have any recommendations for us, any other Nollywood films on the rise, because the numbers for this movie on YouTube are insane, okay? So if you all know of any other treats such as this that we should be paying attention to, email us, ubiquitousblacks@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment, or you can send us a text. There's a lot of options there. A lot of options. You can reach us. You can reach us. And we will reply, and we will consider those recommendations. Tiara, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me on all the socials at Tiara Takes. It's at TIERATAKES_, and also on my YouTube channel. Come over and say hello and see what I'm talking about. I'm over there doing travel content, so check me out and say what's up. And if you just want to make it easier, you can always just hit me up on my website. It's at tiaratakes.com, or of course, all things Ubiquitous Blacks. I will get the message no matter what. And as TeaRon always says, please send recommendations our way, suggestions for things you want us to watch, not just like suggestions, things you want us to look at, things that you think might be fun for us to review. We would love to check it out. Yeah.
Well, I had a good time.
Me too.
And we will see you all next week.